Welcome! If you're watching this back on YouTube, we are playing Forbidden Jungle today, and what we're going to do is we're going to do rules, we're going to talk about setup, we're going to talk about Forbidden series in general, and then we're going to do a playthrough. Forbidden Jungle is the fourth game in the Forbidden series, and it's the third one that I have streamed so far. I'm streaming them slightly out of order, but we had Forbidden Desert and Forbidden Island. Then what happens is you go to Forbidden Sky and you have to rebuild your rocket and get your rocket functional to escape the weather station that you're on as the rain and the wind is blasting you and trying to knock you off. It has a really nice mechanic where you attach all the magnetic strips, and once you've done it correctly, the rocket ship lights up and it makes a noise, which is very satisfying. And then Forbidden Jungle is where your rocket ship has now crashed into this jungle and you're having to power up a portal to escape home. I really enjoy the Forbidden series for so many different reasons. I'm just going to list off a few of the reasons that I love these games. First of all, I love that they are sequels to each other. So whichever craft or ship that you end the game on, you start the next game in. So whichever Forbidden they're going to bring out next, that's going to start with you going through a portal, which is so exciting. I love that they follow on and create this this storyline. I do feel for the adventurers because they are going through quite a lot since they started out trying to find those artifacts. Another reason I really like these games is because they have very similar mechanics. So as you progress through the games, you don't feel like you're having to learn a brand new game. You're picking up similar mechanics, but they add in something new every time. And I really like the fun mechanic they've put in with the machines this time, which I'm going to show you today. They're cooperative games, which means you can play them with other people. And I think they're a fantastic series for getting people into gaming. And I really like that they come in a metal box. They just don't look like any other board game on your shelf. They stand out and they have a nice number of components. Some board game streams that I do, I find that I haven't got enough space for everything that's going on and you miss things. Whereas it's actually quite easy to set this up so you can see everything. So I'd say there's some of the reasons why I love the Forbidden series. And if you've played them before and you have a favourite of them, or you have a reason you really like them, then just let us know in the comments, and I'd love to hear about your opinion on the Forbidden series. Let's move on to talking about the setup and the components that we've got going on. So as with a lot of the Forbidden games, it's very tile based. Flipping over your tile is one of your mechanics that they copy throughout the series to give you that familiarity. And you need to set your game up in this diamond shape, which is familiar to Forbidden Island. This is making me feel. What's different about Forbidden Jungle though is that these tile pieces will move. In Forbidden Island, you flip the tiles over, the tiles can end up getting sunk as well and they disappear. But in this game, you can move the tiles around. I know in Forbidden Desert, the way that the sandstorm goes, it does move those tiles for you, but you actually have control and you can end up completely changing the shape and orientation. It's not going to remain as this diamond the whole way through, and that's really fun. So you've got your tiles, you have these 6 crystal tiles. 4 of them are the crystals that you need, 2 of them are going to be dead crystals. So you need to discover your 4 crystals and then get them in the correct position. You've also got Fool's Landing, which is your starting tile. And if you've played Forbidden Sky, then you'll be able to see that that is the same rocket that you left Forbidden Sky in. So that's linking those games together. Then you've also got your enemies. So you've got eggs, hatchlings, and adults. When you set up, they'll show you in the book that you need to have your 3 hatchlings here, your 3 adults here, and your 3 eggs there. Your 6 crystals have to go in their specific locations, but the other tiles, they all get a good shuffle and you just lay them out. Another thing is you lay them out in a random orientation. So they don't all have to face the same way up. Now on a tile, you'll notice that there are red dots, that there are blue squares, there are black triangles, and there are yellow stars. And that will determine later on where things move and where webs are formed. So it's really important when you're laying your game out that you don't try and match those sides up, because you want there to be a random orientation to them. You want the monsters to move in a random way, so you can't predict what's going to happen next. So as you put them out, just get them all random. I say that, I've got all 4 of these are the same way, but that was completely by chance. You have your characters and the cards that go with them. There are 6 different characters and you can play with up to 5 people at a time. So you're always going to have one person, one character that isn't being played. You have your equipment cards, which are a familiar mechanic in the Forbidden series. You have your tracker, which you get one of these in every game. This is related to threat level. So you pop it up, and just with other Forbidden games, down the side it says the number of cards you're going to draw depending on where the threat marker is. And then you've got your threat tracker on the other side. You move up when you're indicated to. And again, this comes with a nice little stand. But for the sake of the stream, I'm going to just lay it down, so hopefully it's a bit easier for you guys to watch along with. These are your threat cards. So once you've done your 4 actions, you draw threat cards, and that's the pile you'll be drawing them from. Give them a good shuffle, because they will dictate how all of your monsters move and when your threat tracker goes up. And then apart from that, you've just got your little tracker tokens that you slide onto your cards, and that's all you need for your setup and for your components. You're going to choose which characters you're going to be, which we're going to do now, and then you're only going to have the characters you're playing on Fool's Landing. It's good to tell everybody around the table what your character's powers are, and so we'll go through 2 random characters that we're going to play today. Right, we're going to take random characters. The 2 I played last night, I played the biologist and the spelunker, and the biologist is fantastic because they allow you to clear all the adults and the hatchlings off your spot. And the way that I lost the game was I had too many adults coming out and didn't have enough tokens. So it's really important to clear those. I'd like to get the biologist again, but there are 6 characters, so we'll see. Right, let's take those 2. I'm going to keep a spare character card out because on the back it has the order of play. I've just seen it's the biologist is my spare, so I'm clearly not playing them today. But no, I would recommend having one of these out so you don't have to keep flipping your card over. And that way you can see the order, your options that you have for your turn. Right, we are playing the healer and the explorer. I did find when I played it yesterday that I didn't actually end up losing any life at all. So I'm not feeling the healer is going to be massively beneficial. But because it's a random movement that the characters, that the enemies have, every game is going to be different. So the way to win is you need to find a portal. There are a couple of different portals in the game. So you need to find one of the, I believe there's 4 portals, because there's one of the threat cards bins a tile. And if there was only one portal in the game and that got binned, you would have no way to finish the game. So you need to get a portal and you need to surround it. So north, east, south and west, all 4 of the compass points need to have an active crystal next to it. So you have to find machines, and these machines allow you to move tiles around. So you're trying to find the machines, to move the tiles, to activate the portal. And then when all of your characters are on a portal, it's fully powered up, you can use an action to leave. That's the only way to win. There's lots of ways to lose though. You lose if any of your characters get hurt enough that their health bar goes down to the skull and crossbones. You lose if your threat tracker, again, gets to the top where there is a skull and crossbones. Or, and this is how I lost yesterday, you lose if any of these piles run out and you have to draw from them. So the cards, the threat cards, they're only bad. When you play Forbidden Desert, you have a similar kind of storm deck where bad things happen. But often what's happening is the sand is just moving around, sand is piling up. So it's inconvenient, but it's not a threat. It's not making the game more dangerous. Every single threat card I was turning over yesterday, I was like, oh, there's more bugs everywhere. And some of them are like, well, lay an egg on every tunnel. You're like, okay. And then the next turn, next card is, oh, all the eggs hatch into hatchlings. Oh, okay. Then it's all the hatchlings grow into adults. And that's how I suddenly ran out of adult tokens and technically lost the game. Because you start off only drawing 2 cards at the end of your action phase. But if the threat goes up once more, then it's already into drawing 3 cards. And 3 cards can do a lot of damage in this game. I think this game is probably quite easy to lose. Well, let's see who we're playing. We're playing the healer and we're playing the explorer. The explorer is going to be really handy because when you move, you can move twice. And as with any game where you have limited actions, being able to do an action more will just help you be more efficient on your turn. It will allow me to get to the other side of the jungle much quicker and start dealing and removing those monsters and bugs. The healer allows me to bring an adventurer with me when I move, and also allows me to completely heal a player. So I like that they've changed that mechanic slightly. It's not just you heal them once, as you often get with healers in games. You heal them completely. So you're not having to burn a whole turn bringing somebody's health back up. And then we have also got one more thing to look at, which is this handy machines and features card, which just reminds you what the different symbols on the tiles are and the different machines are. Right, let's set these up. So I'm going to put their health tracker on the very top of their health bar. One of the characters you can play, the chemist, they don't have a health bar, which is really different. I've never seen a Forbidden game where one of the characters doesn't have the tracker. And that's because they're immune to getting stung, and that's the only way you get hurt. So they don't need to have a tracker. They don't have lives. Their life is not in danger. They just can get stranded in the jungle like everybody else. Each turn, you get 4 actions. You can move to an adjacent tile. You can't jump diagonally unless your power allows you. I haven't seen a card that says that yet. I would have imagined out of all of them, it would have been the Explorer, but the Explorer can't go diagonal, so maybe none of them can. You can't move where there is a web between the tiles. So if there's a web placed across 2 tiles, you can't move across that border. Webs that would end up getting placed with an empty adjacent tile don't get placed. And if there's a web on a tunnel, because you're going through the tunnel and not crossing to an adjacent tile, the web's not going to stop you. Another action you can do is the remove action. You can remove 1 web, 1 egg, 1 hatchling, or 1 adult from your tile. So it needs to be a tile that you're on. You can explore, which is where you flip over a tile, and it needs to have nothing on it. No webs, no eggs, no adults, no hatchlings. And the last thing you can do is operate machinery. So as we discover machinery during this game, I'll tell you what each of those machines do. And then that's it. You do 4 actions, any of those 4, and you can do each one as many times in that 4. So if you wanted just to move 4 times, you can. Once you've done your 4 actions, you flip over your cards, and then it's the next person's turn. I'm using this little yellow pawn because when I play cooperatively with myself, I forget whose turn it is, and the yellow pawn's going to remind me of that. So we're going to start with the healer. they're going to take the first go. And they can take an adventurer with them when they move. So I'm going to take the explorer with me as I go to get the explorer closer to the action. And I'm just going to start by moving and exploring these first couple of tiles. So I'm going to move here and explore, which means I turn it over. And I've straight away found a portal, which is really handy because that portal you need to leave at the end. It's also a tunnel. Now, I'm going to explore one of these crystals to see if I've already got a crystal in position to help me win the game. So I'm going to move again. So I've done move for one, explore for one. I'm going to move again and explore again. And this time I have a crystal. So I'm technically 1/4 of the way to winning the game, which is brilliant. And that's the healer's done. 4 actions. So I now need to turn over 2 threat cards. So the first one requires me to move all the hatchlings and the adults to where the red dots are on their tile. That's why the tiles have got different symbols around them. So you need to move them across where the red dot is. If there isn't a tile where the red dot is, they don't move. And then it says adults sting. And that means if there was an adventurer there, every adult would sting every adventurer and make them lose 1 health. So if suddenly you have 3 adults move onto your square, you're going to instantly lose 3 life. And in the case of actually all of these characters, that would instantly finish the game for them and everybody else. Because if one person dies, you all die. Right, my second threat card is spawn. So I need to add 1 egg next to every adult. And remember, there are cards in there that turn my eggs into hatchlings and my hatchlings into adults. And this is where it suddenly gets crazy, the amount of creatures and icons you have. And that's my first turn done. So the explorer is going to go next. These go into my discard pile. And I'm ready to go again. So the explorer can move twice. So I'm going to get them right up into the action and start removing things. As you explore tiles, you also find equipment, which makes this easier. But I just need to get rid of some of these bugs. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So I've gone 1, 2, and then I'm going to remove the adult and the egg from my tile. This was what I didn't do when I played it last night. I thought, oh, I got loads of time. I can just start exploring, finding things, and then suddenly everything popped and hatched and I lost the game. So I need to control the levels a little bit more. Right, let's turn over 2 cards. You don't feel like you get much done in a turn. That's why the biologist is a really good character, because when they clear their tile, they clear everything from the tile. So they clear all the adults and all the hatchlings. And what I did when I was playing yesterday is I used one of the machines allows you to move the adults and the hatchlings to an adjacent tile. And so I moved them onto where my biologist was. I had about 4 adults and 3 hatchlings on there, and I just got rid of them all in one go. Very satisfying. Hello, Cara. Right, so I've got to move the adults and the hatchlings towards that black symbol. So you go there, you're going to come here, you can't move, and you're going to go there. And then I'm going to move them again, this time towards the blue. It's been a little bit nicer for me this turn because things haven't started popping straight away. It does mean I'm due a lot of cards that suddenly turn eggs into hatchlings, hatchlings into adults. So we're going to have a bit of carnage later. So we'll try and control it a little bit now. Right. The healer is just going to do some exploring. I need to find some equipment and I need to find some machines. So I'm going to go 1, explore for 2. I found the compeller. So I get a piece of equipment, which is, I didn't get this one yesterday, the explosives. And the explosives remove a tile that is adjacent to you along with everything on it. The tile may not contain any adventurers. I can use that at any time, and I don't have a hand limit. So that means if I, for example, managed to move these onto here, and I had 2 hatchlings, 2 eggs, and an adult, and I could suddenly just get rid of that whole tile, all of the bugs on it, and clear the threat really effectively. Right, the compeller. So the compeller allows me to move all the hatchlings and adults on one tile to an adjacent. So actually, that is something I could do now. You know what? I'm going to do it. I feel like it'll keep the threat under control. So I'm going to use the compeller for my third action to move these hatchlings to there. It doesn't allow me to move eggs or webs. And then, I can't use my explosive just yet because it needs to be an adjacent tile. So I've got that ready for later. And then I think I'll go here, like that. That way, if they're all together, then they'll all move at the same time and I can deal with them all in one go. Unless they all turn into adults and then they all sting me. I might have just scuppered myself slightly. We'll see. Right. Okay, the adults emerge. So I need to add an adult to every portal. And you'll see where it will say the word portal on the card. If there aren't any portal cards out, then you don't need to add any adults. And the threat rises. This happened to me really early in yesterday's game. So I was drawing 3 cards from basically the beginning. So I move my threat tracker up, and now I'm going to be drawing 3 cards every time instead of 2. Okay, it's the explorer's turn. So let's do some exploring. So I'm going to go 1. The destruct switch. I didn't have this last time. Okay, the destruct switch allows me to remove 1 tile and everything on it. Just like the explosives, but I can do any tile on the board. So let's activate machinery and destroy this tile. Getting rid of quite a big threat. It was a tunnel and a portal, but I already have a portal, so I'm not too worried about losing one. Tunnels are great because you can, instead of doing 1 movement to an adjacent tile, you can move from 1 tunnel to another. At the moment, my only tunnels are here, so literally it doesn't help me being able to go, I'm going to go through the tunnels and move 1 to my right. Right, so I've explored, I've activated my machinery. I'm going to move and explore again. Let's go this way. So I'm going to, actually, let's go here. Move and explore. A nest. So there'll be cards that say put an egg on every nest. So I'll have that coming up soon. But I did get another piece of machinery, or another piece of equipment, which is the extendable arm. Again, I didn't see this one yesterday. I love the artwork they've done on these cards. And I also think they've put more variety into their equipment. I find with Forbidden Desert, there's only about 3 or 4 different types of equipment you get. And so you just re-see the same pieces. But this, you're actually getting some variety and some new abilities. So the extendable arm removes all eggs from your tile and each adjacent tile. That's great. I cast. And that is the explorer's turn. Right, let's have a go now. See what the threat is. There's now going to be white cat hair all over the table. It's not from me. It's from you. So we now need to reveal 3 threat cards a turn, not just 2. You want me to bring your chair closer? There you go. Pride of place. Here he is. Just chilling on his chair. Right. So we've got to grow all the hatchlings into adults. That's what scuppered me yesterday. Thankfully, I only have 1 hatchling. Yay! And then eggs. Eggs discovered. Add 1 egg to each nest. We now have just 1 nest. And my third card, because we have to draw 3, is adults spin webs. So this means every adult puts a web on their tile on the black symbol side. If you have more than one adult on that tile, then you'll get more than one web. So this adult is going to spin one here. This adult's going to spin one here. This adult can't spin one here because there's no adjacent tile. And those webs stop you from moving in between the tiles. That's my 3 threat cards. Lovely. This is going weirdly well. It's all down to which threat card you draw when, it seems. Okay, the healer's turn. Now the healer has their explosives, which I don't need to use now that I've really cleared that particular tile. It's good to get rid of adults because they'll spawn eggs. So let's go. I can move the compeller to me, move an adult to me. So I go 1, 2, and kill it. So let's go 1, 2, remove for 3, and explore for 4. And I found another portal. Right, 3 cards. It's always good to set your 3 cards to the side, because as you turn them over, if you put them on the discard pile, you might forget how many you've drawn. It might just be me, because I'm trying to talk at the same time as playing. Okay, hatchlings emerge. Add 1 hatchling to every tunnel. There is a benefit to not exploring the tiles. So 1 tunnel, 2 tunnels. Oh, just 2 at the moment. My next card is adults spin webs on that blue side. So we're gonna have 1 there. Can't do 1 here, and that's the only adult. And the last card, adults spin webs on the yellow side. It's getting very webby in here. It's almost like doing a Spider-Man stream. Nice. Explorer's turn. So do you see what I mean? Why I haven't had to use the heal action because I haven't been stung yet. That could change, but it hasn't yet. As my explorer is on a tile with an egg, I'm just going to get rid of that egg. So I'm going to remove for 1. I need to find those 4 crystals. That's my main objective at this stage in the game. So let's go 2, 3. There's a crystal. And I'm not going to move here, because if I move here, then if this adult moves on the red side, I'll get stung. It does feel like I've wasted a turn though. I do have a healer. No, I think I will move here, because I do need to try and get rid of these monsters, and they need to be on my tile for me to do that. So I'm going to tempt them with my explorer. See if I can bring them over here. I need 3 cards. The collapse tile. This is the one you have to be really careful of. So the collapse tile means you have to remove the lowest numbered tile and everything on it. If your explorer is on that tile, they have to go to an adjacent tile. If they can't go to an adjacent tile and they don't have a jetpack, that's another way that you can lose. I forgot to tell you about that one. Fool's Landing, however, is always number 1, so it's always going to be the lowest. So the first collapse that will happen will get rid of Fool's Landing and everything on it. So in that case, the web. If that was to happen again, my next lowest number is this portal here, which is fine because I've still got a portal here. But I don't want to lose too many portals because then I just won't be able to get out of the game. Hatch. Turn all eggs into hatchlings. That's 2 there. 1 there. If it now says turn all hatchlings into adults, we're going to have a serious problem on our hands. Move all adults and hatchlings to the yellow star. Right, they can't move. He goes there. They can't move, they can't move. They go there. Healer's turn. Now the healer I'm thinking it might be good to get to the compeller, to move this to here, and then try and blow up another tile. Maybe. I just like destruction, I think. Right, but for now, 1, 2. So I found this nest. This crystal is a broken crystal, but I do get a piece of equipment. So that was 1, 2. My equipment card is, ooh, the Recall Dynamo. Maybe every single one of these cards is unique. I'd love it if they did that. You may move any adventurers that are up to 2 tiles away from you to your tile. They may not move diagonally or cross gaps, and you need to ask permission first. Very important in a co-op game. So I've got 1, 2, then I'm going to go 3 and 4. Ah, another destruct switch. Okay. I'm going to blow some things up. Right, let's draw 3 cards. I only have 2 left. So let's do a quick shuffle of my discard pile, which means that collapse card is going back into the pile. The destruct switches are numbered quite low. They're numbered number 2 and number 3. So my portals are safe for at least a little bit longer. 3 cards. So the first one is raise the threat level and shuffle the discard pile, putting it underneath the untaken cards. Well, this is now the only card in the discard pile, so I'll put it at the bottom. We know what the last card is. Raise that threat level. Adults are going to spin webs on the red. Need a new discard pile now. 1 there, 1 there, and that's it. Please don't pop the adults, please don't pop the adults. Hatchlings emerge, so add 1 hatchling to every tunnel. We have got to get rid of some of these hatchlings, because when that card comes up that says turn all hatchlings into adults, I'm just going to do a count, but we might not have enough adults left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So if that happens, plus a card says, I don't know, every tunnel or every nest makes a adult, we are going to run out of adult tokens and we're going to lose. So I need to do some killing. Got to squish. Now, the explorer's got really good movement. I do have my explosives, which removes a tile adjacent to me and everything on it. But it feels like a waste when there's just 2. So instead, let's actually just deal with them. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And I don't think I can turn it over because there's a web. Okay, let's do it slightly differently then. Let's flip the one I'm on, go 1 to find the compeller. How very compelling. I get a piece of equipment. I get the portable exchanger, which says swap any tile with a tile adjacent to it. If there are any webs on the tile, you can remove them first. Adventurers, eggs, hatchlings, and adults all go along for the ride. Now in the rules, it clearly states if you turn a tile over, you can't take that move back. Because sometimes when you're playing a co-op game, you go, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this. And you go, actually, that's not an effective or efficient use of my turn. Like I just did. If I had turned a tile over before I had changed my mind, I wouldn't have been allowed to change my mind. Because that's just revealing a bit of a hidden element of the game. And once you've turned it over, it's not secret anymore. So they don't allow you to take your turn back if you have turned a tile over. So I could swap any tile with an adjacent. That would be really handy when I'm trying to get these crystals in the right place. And it clears webs off. So let's use this. Because I can burn it at any time. And I'm going to swap these. Because that clears 3 webs without me having to burn 3 actions. I need to explore if this crystal is active and I need to get it towards the portal and I want to get rid of that adult. So I've used one action so far to just turn over my card. Now the compeller allows me to move all hatchlings and adults on one tile to an adjacent tile. So let's move these to here. That's one more action. And these to here. Get them off my portal. That is so that when I can use the destruct switch, hopefully in a minute, to get rid of them all. Monsters, bugs can move across webs. They're not restricted by that. Let's go here, because in theory, he has to move off of the tile before he can do a sting, because the cards say move and then sting. So if I move onto his tile, he can't sting me. Right, I need 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Let's do them in the correct order. Okay, add 1 egg to each nest. Now we're getting quite a few nests now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 4. Okay. Move all adults and hatchlings to the blue side. And then the adults sting. So that can't move. Ah, if it can't move, does it then sting? Interesting. Ah, okay, adults that don't move will still sting. Ooh, so my explorer is going to go down a health. Ouch. I've got 2 health left and then I've lost. You're going to go there, and you guys are all going to hang out over here. If they now move to the blue side again, bad things are going to happen. Spawn 1 egg next to each adult. Oh, this is going to be a delicious tile to just go vavoom. 1, 2. Okay. It's going to be the healer's turn now. Now the compeller is really handy because it allows me to move bugs around, but I think actually just getting rid of this entire group, that's what could be, if suddenly the hatchlings turn into adults, that's 5 adults on that tile. So let's just use my explosives, because it's adjacent to my healer, to completely get rid of this tile. You're fine to leave gaps. What you can't do is when later there's a machine that allows you to move tiles around, you can't move it to somewhere where it's no longer adjacent. But you can leave, so if I was to move that one and leave that one unattached, that's fine. Just the one you're leaving, the one you're moving can't be left unattached at the end of the move. So that was me using my explosives. Okay. Oh, I'm also on a destruct switch. So I probably should have saved my card for later, but that's fine. Right, let's go and explore this tile. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to get rid of the bug for 3 because I can't explore it when there's bugs on there. Ah, okay. So that's the other dud one. So I know this, and this. I need to get these 2 here. And I know this is an active crystal. I need to find myself the configurer because that's going to allow me to move the whole shebang about. Oh, cool. Automation. These cards are great. When you draw this card, draw another equipment card. While you have automation, you may give your equipment card to players anywhere on the board at any time for free. So usually you can give your equipment for free to anybody as long as you're on the tile with them. Automation is like a little mechanical bird and it'll just take your equipment to whomever needs it. I love that. Ah, okay, and now I've got a jetpack. Pretty self-explanatory. You make it go boom and you go somewhere else. I'm also on a tunnel space, which means I can head over here to the portal to leave if I need to quickly. But I need to find a configurer, so let's check. We'll check these to see if there's one there. Right, 3 threat cards. 1, 2, 3. First one, hatch. All of your eggs turn into hatchlings. I have quite a few eggs. That's not a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. doesn't bode well. They're really nicely made pieces as well. Very satisfying. Good hand feel. Move all adults and hatchlings to the red. No. Oh, these are going to swap places basically. Because their red is on both on that connecting side. And you can't move either. Okay. Right. Oh, and then adults sting. That's fine, he moved away from me. And the adults, my only adult is going to spin a web on the yellow side. These have ended up getting quite far apart from each other. The web's not going to be able to delicately just lay across them. Okay, cool. The Explorer. The Explorer is 1 down on health, so it might be worth getting healed at some point. I no longer need to turn this over because I know what it's going to be. So let's get rid of these 2. 1, 2. I mean, I need to turn it over later, but I'm not going to waste my time doing it now. 3. And then 4. Yes, Configurer. That's what I need. So I've now got 3 threat cards. Number 1 is Raise the Threat. Adults emerge. Add 1 adult to every portal. So 1, 2, 2. And then move the adults and the hatchlings to the black triangle and then sting. 1, you can't move. 2, 3. Oh, you're going to swap places. Okay. Because they share the black side there. Nice. The healer. So the healer doesn't really need to find the configurer now because the green's found one. So I'm going to use the tunnel to get back to here for 1. Remove this for 2. Move here for 3. And turn over for 4. Because I need to get these crystals revealed. And then 3 cards. Okay. Grow. All hatchlings into adults. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. We literally have just adults on the board. If we have a card now that says spawn, all adults spawn an egg next to them, and then we have the eggs turn into hatchlings, I'm going to be really sad. So there's going to be a web on every black adult side. So this is going to have 2 where the adults are. That can't have 1, that can't have 1. And there's going to be 3 up there. Oh, let's hope I don't need to go up there. And the last one. Ooh, more webs on the blue side. So the configurer. This is one of the best, most vital tiles to getting your crystals around the portal, which is what you need to win the game. And as you move them, they just kind of go whoosh and get rid of all the webs that are attached. So what you do is you choose a tile, any tile, and you shift it either north, east, south, or west. It can move to wherever the gap is, but it can go as many as you needed. So say this wasn't here, and I decided I wanted to move this tile, I could move it all the way for 1 movement. That would also clear any webs attached to it. But I can't because it's blocked. So I need to get these 2 crystals down to these 2 spaces. So it's going to take a while. So we're going to go 1, get rid of that web. 2, 3. And then I guess we'll move this, getting rid of all of these webs. There are how many? How many is that? That's loads, that's 5. Down to here. I may regret this when this adult moves over and stings me. But it'll be fine, right? And that's my 4 turns. Don't know how I'm gonna get this to here. I think I might have to end up moving this one to here. I can't though, because that would leave it unattached. I'm gonna have to get a portal to there, Move these both down. Oh, jeez. Right, we need to blow up some tiles. That's what we need to do. Destruction! That's why you need these destruct switches. You need to blow a path through the jungle. Oh, that's environmentally sound. Right, looks like you're going to the destruct switch, my friend. Right, okay. I've got 3 threat cards. Okay, the first one, I need to move all adults and hatchlings to the yellow star side. And then they sting, so you can't move. You go there, you can't move, you can't move. You are gonna go here, and you can't move. Then we've got collapse, which is the lowest numbered tile gets binned, and everything on it gets destroyed. If you had an adventure on that tile, they would just move to the next adjacent tile. However, if there wasn't an adjacent tile, then and you didn't have a jetpack, you would lose the game. And then I need to put the threat level to the top, threat level up, shuffle my discard pile, and put it underneath my draw pile. But I haven't got any cards left, so I guess I'm just shuffling the discard pile. Oh, I'm trying to think. I think I need to blow this one up, this portal, get it out of the way. But I need to get a tile here, because this needs to have something adjacent. Oh my goodness. Okay, unless I decide to go at it in a different location. So I'm gonna have to shuffle the whole thing up. So if I blew these up, I can move that up by 1. I can move that there, that up, that across, and that down. Okay, right, I need to get to the destruct switch. So let's just use my jetpack because we're going to get there before the collapse. If the collapse happens again, my other destruct switch is going. So I'm going to use my jetpack to move myself here, and then I'm going to use the destruct switch. So it allows me to remove 1 tile and everything on it. It mustn't contain adventurers. I'm going to get rid of this one and this one. So we're going to get rid of a compeller. Oh, and the workshop. I've never had the workshop before, and it looks like I won't have it again. So that's 2 actions. Guess I'll go 3 and 4 to get rid of that. I am destroying this jungle. Healer's done his turn, so we're gonna have 3 cards. The first one is eggs discovered. So add 1 egg to every nest. There's loads of nests now. That's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where it goes. Now hatch all of those eggs. So move all eggs, all hatchlings and adults 1 to the blue. So I'm gonna get stung here. That's okay. So move you, move you, move you, and then this one moves here and stings me, which means I go down 1 health. I have 1 health left. I might need to heal. Yes. And then the adults are going to spin some webs, and they're going to put them on the blue side. Right, it's the explorer's turn. So, the very first thing I need to do is definitely get rid of this. So that's 1 to remove. And then it's time to move that jungle. So we're going to configure. So we're going to move this one here for 1, getting rid of that web. Then move this one here. You can leave a tile unattached, that's fine. You can't move a tile to somewhere where it would be unattached. So I did 1, then I moved for 2, moved for 3, getting rid of these. And then I'm going to move this one for 4. And then all I've got left to do is I need to get that one there and that one there, and get everybody on the portal, clear the portal, and then leave. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Right. Let's take 3 cards. So the first one, grow. Turn all hatchlings, yes, into adults. I don't have any hatchlings, yes! Haha, game. Adults emerge, add 1 adult to every portal. I don't know how many adults I've got left compared to portals. 1, 2. Okay, I've only got 5 adults left. If you run out of any of your tokens, you lose. Adults spin webs, so add them to the starred side. Right. And then it's the healer's turn. So the healer doesn't really need to be out here anymore. So let's blow something up. I'm going to go 1 and then use the destructor switch to clear this whole area. So I'm going to blow this tile up. Ooh, actually, if I blow this tile up, then this becomes disconnected and these guys can never get out. Okay, I'm going to 2, blow this up and everything on it, which means all these webs as well. So that was move for 1, destruct for 2. I could destruct again, actually. Yeah, let's do it. Destruct for 3. This is healthy. Get rid of all of those. Okay, and then I could move for 4, but I run the risk of being them then moving to me and stinging me twice. That's not really a problem though, is it? Because I am the healer, so I can just heal myself. Okay, I'm gonna go there for 4. Right, let's draw my 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. First one is move all adults and hatchlings to the red side. Well, this guy can't move because he's stranded, so it'll just be them. And then they sting, but there's no one to sting. Turn all eggs into hatchlings. Okay. So brighten the board up a little. I do love the colour of these hatchlings. And the last one, collapse. Remove the lowest numbered tile and everything on it. So that's now this destructor switch. So I'm glad I used it while I had the chance because it is now gone from the game. Whew. I am running out of tiles. Right. Well, I'm still on the configurer, so we're going to do a little bit of moving. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, all of the crystals are in the right place, so I just need to get my butt over there. So I can move 2. I don't but I don't want to get close because I could end up getting bit. So I'm actually going to move away. I've configured everything how it needs to be, so I'm going to just get myself to safety. Because if I had them, like say it said move to the red side and then move to the blue side, then they're going to get here in one enemy's turn and my explorer would die and the game would be over. Okay, threat rises. There we go. Move the adults and the hatchlings to the black triangle side. So they can't move there. I'm gonna go, and you can't move there, and you can't move. And then add a web on that side for every adult. Well, no adults can place any webs. Fantastic. Okay, healer's turn. You're gonna need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, actually I don't technically need that one cleared. I only have to clear the portal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of one of you. Okay. 3 more cards. So hatchlings emerge. So every tunnel is going to gain a hatchling. So we've got 1, 2. I'm so glad I cleared that tunnel for it just to appear again. Then adults spin webs to the red side. And remember, you can't move across a web. So now I can't move over here. They can't place one on their side. And then adults and hatchlings move to the yellow star. And the adults then sting if there's any explorers on their place. But actually, that's just cleared the portal for me, which is very, very handy. I might win this in a minute. Right, the Explorer. So the Explorer can move 2 for every 1 movement. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and get themselves on the tunnel, the portal where they need to be. Only cost me 2 movement to do that. It's a shame I can't get rid of these from an adjacent space. So I'm just gonna possibly sit and wait. Now I could end up losing if the card says to turn hatchlings to adults and then they have to move to the blue side and sting. That would cause me to lose. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. All right, I need 3 cards. I've only got 2 to pull. Okay, spawn 1 egg next to each adult. That's fine. That doesn't affect us. Perfect. So I don't think we can lose at this stage. So the threat rises. I then have to shuffle my discard pile, which are these 2 cards, and put them underneath the rest of the deck. And the last card is move adults and hatchlings to the blue, to the black, and then they sting. So that's 1. Gonna sting the healer. They can't move, and they can't move. Okay, no, I can do this. Right. So the problem I have now is I have 3 things I have to clear before I can flip this card over. And I have to move back, and I have to activate the portal. So what I can do instead... Okay, cool. I'm going to use my automation card, which allows me to give any other player any of my equipment at any time, anywhere on the board. And it doesn't count as an action. So I'm going to move my Recall Dynamo to my Explorer. This is going to free me up to be able to finish this turn. So the Explorer, even though it's the healer's turn, the Explorer is going to use one of its cards. It's going to use its extendable arm, which allows it to remove all eggs from your tile and adjacent tiles. So there's 1 less thing that my healer has to clear. Play at any time, it's not an action, and you discard it after. Then my healer is going to have their go. They're going to remove 1, remove 2, and flip for 3. And then you think, oh, but they can't move and activate the portal. They've only got 1 turn left. Well, now the Explorer has the Recall Dynamo. You may move any adventurers that are up to 2 tiles away from you to your tile, play at any time, not an action, discard after use. So he's going to move the healer there. The healer still has 1 turn left to play, and I'm going to activate the portal and finish the game. So the win conditions are your portal has to be surrounded by the 4 active crystals. On the portal, there cannot be any eggs, bugs, or hatchlings. But it doesn't matter if they're on the crystal. It also doesn't matter if there is a web attached. But because I don't have anything on my portal, the only hatchlings are over there, I win the game. So I could either do a 2 difficulty one or a 4. Which one should we do? Woohoo! Let's go! I knew if I opened this up to the group that I'd get the hardest one. Okay, so we're doing the one that's called the brick. So for the brick, you end up, instead of having, so in the standard setup, you have 3 hatchlings, 3 eggs, and 3 adults. But in this hardest difficulty one, there's 4 of everything. All right. There we go. Okay. So we need 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 of these. I was about to call them chickens. They're very much not chickens. They are blue spider hatchlings. Oh, I've got a little spider den going on in the middle here. Okay, I need to choose 3 characters this time. I just feel maybe with an extra person, maybe I'll be able to, because the powers are so good. Like the Explorer being able to move 2 tiles instead of 1 every movement gets you across the board, gets you into those places where you've got lots of death happening. And then having the Biologist who can just clear a square of hatchlings and adults, again, really helpful. Let's find out what we've got. Nice, so we've got the Explorer, we have the Healer, and the Navigator. Okay, so the Navigator and Explorer work well together because the Navigator can move you 2 tiles, but because the Explorer can already move 2 tiles, they then get moved 4 tiles, which is good fun. The Healer, heals, but they can also carry another adventurer with them. So again, if the Navigator was to move the Healer and they were on the same space as the Explorer, then you have them all moving along together. It's a nice little set of overlapping abilities. Complementary abilities, that's the word. Okay, so we are going to go for the normal level, which you have to flip the threat marker over because this is only for 2-sided games and this is for 3 or more. So actually the normal mode on this is 1 tick even lower than on this side. So on the normal side you only get 1 threat increase and then you're suddenly on 3. But on this side you get 2 threat increases. That's suggesting that it's harder to play with 3 characters. I was hedging my bets that it would be easier. Okay, I'm gonna need to use this to keep track of whose turn it is. So we're gonna go for the Navigator first. And actually, what we might just do is put the Navigator and the Explorer just in the midst of things. So let's move the Healer, who is gonna take the Explorer with them, 2 tiles. And then just to get us really spread out, I'm then gonna get her to move the Explorer again. So she'd be able to move the Explorer 2 times, but because it's the Explorer and they have double movement, they can move 4. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're a little bit more spread out on the board. When they start laying down cobwebs, hopefully one of us will be within range to actually do something. And I'm gonna go 3 and 4 to explore. Oh wow, I found the configurator already. That is vital. So add a hatchling to every tunnel. I haven't found any tunnels yet, so that's fine. And then turn all eggs into hatchlings. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. If they turn into adults, I'm not certain I have enough adult tokens. So I'm gonna need to kill some of them. Right, Healer's turn. So the Healer's gonna go, because we need to do some murder. It's gonna go 1. I found a nest, but I also got a piece of equipment. The Articulated Recycler. I have not seen this one before. Draw a discarded equipment card from the discard pile. Nice. 2, 3. And let's actually just turn this one over as well for 4. The Distract switch. Right, we need 2 threat tokens. So the first one, the adults emerge. Add an adult to each portal. We haven't got any portals yet, thank goodness. And the threat rises and we shuffle the discard pile, putting it to the bottom of the draw pile. The Explorer. So let's deal with the adults first. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need to get some of these adults off the board. Okay. 2 cards. Turn all hatchlings into adults. Oh my lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no. I have 3 adult tokens left. This is not good. This is how I lost last time because I ended up running out of webs. That one doesn't need one. Okay. Right. The navigator. Okay, we've still just got to keep dealing with... Got to put exploring to one side and deal with the chaos. Now, let's go 1, 2, 3, and let's get rid of that for 4. Oh dear. Right, let's take 2 cards. Oh no! I don't know how to deal with this web issue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one doesn't need one. Oh god. And the threat rises. You're telling me. We're now going to be drawing 3 cards a turn, so we're back up to that 3 card situation that we were in before. Okay, the healer. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would only get rid of 1. I can't see a way to get rid of 2 adults. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get rid of some web, I guess. Okay, 3 cards this time. Collapse. Remove the lowest tile, which is always going to be your Fool's Landing the very first time that collapse card comes up, because Fool's Landing has a 1 on it. It's very handy. Move all hatchlings and adults to the black and then sting. Oh, I wasn't thinking about the fact that this was going to happen. Okay, so you're going to lose a life. You don't move. You don't move. You're going to go there. You're going to go there. You don't move. You're going to go there. Ouch. And, oh no, again. Move adults and hatchlings to the yellow. So you don't move. Ooh, you got to sting on you. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we can go 1, 2, because his movement you can do twice. And the reason I chose to do that is so that I could get rid of 2 adults without having to worry about, well, I guess I could have done it in several different ways actually. If I go there, move 1, take, that's 2 actions. And then move again for 2, there we go. Do it like that. We'll soon start playing the game in which we turn over, explore, configure, you know, the actual objective. Once we've stemmed the blood flow that's happening right now. Yeah, we'll do that soon. So adults are going to spin webs to the blue. 1 doesn't, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're only getting 4 a turn. This is better. Oh no, another 4. Okay, to the black. Not that one, that one, that one. That one, not that one. Oh, okay. And move hatchlings and adults to the red and then sting. So 1, 2. Okay, sting the navigator. Okay. Okay. Right. So the navigator is going to delete 1. Now I've got so many webs about. I'm just really restricting when I can turn over, when I can find equipment, when I can get movement. Or I could go 2, 3, and then flip for 4. Let's do that. Let's change up a little bit. Okay, we found another configurer. That does not help us at this stage of the game. Okay, 3 cards time. So 1 egg on each nest. At least I didn't find another nest, which is very good. And I don't have any other nests, so this is fine. Then we need to spawn an egg next to every adult. And my 3rd card is to move all of my hatchlings and adults to the blue side, and then the adults sting. So there's no tile on the blue side here, so they don't move. He goes to the blue. He goes to the blue. And that's my 3 cards. So I'm here at the moment as the healer. I'm going to spend 2 actions to remove those webs, and then I'm going to flip this card over. I need to find myself some more equipment, which I've just done. That's what that symbol means. And I found the jetpack. Pretty straightforward to explain that one. I get to go zoom somewhere else. So that was remove, flip. So it's 3. I've got 1 action left. I might put myself here on the destruct switch so that on my next turn as the healer, I can blow a tile up if we're at that stage, which we definitely could be. Okay, I've got to draw 3 threat cards because my threat level is level 3. The first one is an adult emerges at each portal. Well, it's the only positive reason to having not found a portal yet. Turn all my eggs into hatchlings. Fantastic. I'm very happy about this. Can you tell how excited I am, Casper? And not scared. I'm not scared. You are. And then add a hatchling to each tunnel as well. I don't actually have any tunnels either. I haven't had chance to explore because I've been trying to deal with the sheer number of adults that you start with when you play the hardest setup, which, you know, is what we're doing. Okay. The Explorer. So I'm going to go 1, remove, 2, remove. So that's technically 4 actions. I did a movement, I removed, I did a movement, I removed. Although the Explorer can move 2, I cut my movement down. It doesn't carry over. But I'm fine with that because I've cleared some more of the problem. Right? Not achieving anything yet. The Explorer's done his turn, so let's draw 3 cards. So the threat rises, and I have to shuffle the discard pile, which is this 1 card, and put it on the bottom of the pile. Done. Adults spin webs, so they're going to produce a web on their star side. And again, they spin webs on the blue. Can't do it here, because there's no adjacent tile. Oh, and I can't do it there. Yes! Running out of cobwebs is what lost me the last game. Navigator's turn. Right. Okay. We've got to start dealing with this. Problem is, it takes 1 action to get rid of 1 web. I haven't got a choice. I just got to get rid of them. 1, 2, 3. That was a really boring turn. I just cleared cobwebs. Okay, turn all hatchlings into adults. Fun. That means there'll be more webs. I'm glad I put the healer on the destruct switch because I'm going to blow this entire up. I can't blow it up because they've now moved onto one of the crystals, which would be really bad if I blew that up and it was a real crystal because I would lose it. Oh, that should have been an adult. And so that means my healer gets stung. And then hatchlings emerge, so pop a hatchling in each tunnel. So I don't have any. Okay, so the healer can, as an action, you can completely heal 1 player, including yourself. I'm going to do that because I'm about to die. I'm going to use my other action to get rid of this. Okay, I can't blow this up. If I blow this up, and it's the actual crystal, I'm going to have lost it. Hang on, I need to let this cat out. Babe. What's going on? Because another logic I could do is if I blow this one up, I will get clear 4 webs. And it's not going to be a crystal. I might do that. I could also blow this one up, clear 3 webs and a monster. I think I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to use my destruct switch to blow this tile up. Everything on it gets destroyed. I got rid of a portal, but there are 4 portals in the game and I only need 1. And actually, I might blow this one up as well. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is right, it's another portal. Oh no! Oh, it's the electrifier. This didn't actually help me last game, but the electrifier means that if the bugs end up having to move onto it, then they just get zapped. But I've got to be chaotic in my choices if I'm going to win this. I can't play it safe because that's why I lost before. Okay, cool. 3 cards, let's see. Adults emerge at each portal. It's fine, I don't have any portals. Spawn an egg next to each adult. That does mean I have to put 4 on this one tile here. Yay. And move adults and hatchlings to the black direction and sting any adventurers that they come across. Well, the black is that way, so I can't move that. Okay, the explorer. So we're now just going to start turning things over. So we'll go 1. The compeller. That's helpful. And I got a fluoroscope. I haven't seen this one yet. Peek under 2 tiles that do not have eggs, hatchlings, adults, or webs on them. Okay, I'll save that for later. Now with the compeller, I can move these to another spot. And so I might do that because then I can blow all 4 of them up. So let's move them there. So that was 1. Oh, I could do that now. Move for 2. Move for 3. Yes. And then, bada bing, bada boom. Just slide you all over there. It's another configurator, that's fine. I've already got 2 out. Yes. Woo. Okay. Now, adults are going to spin webs on red, but there is 1 adult and they don't have a tile next to their red side, so haha. Collapse means that the lowest numbered tile is going to disappear, which I think is actually this destruct switch. So adventurers must move to an adjacent tile and then that switch goes. Because you need to move the crystals around to surround the portal, it's actually good to clear yourself some space because you can only move where there's a clear space. It doesn't let you swap. So the more space you have, it's harder to walk around the map, but it does free you up when swapping moving tiles later. And move hatchlings and adults to the yellow side. Okay, this is finally looking manageable. Navigator, I don't really need to move anybody. Kind of need to get rid of all this. But let's just go 1, 2. So that's a dud nest, dud crystal, because there's 6 crystal tiles and 2 of them are duds. I got more explosives, guys. I can blow more stuff up. Can't blow that up yet though, because again, they're on a crystal and I can't risk losing one of the 4 crystals I need. Okay. So I went 1. Went 1 and I flipped. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna flip this. Oh, another destructor switch. Nice. So now I've got to draw my 3 cards. So adults are gonna spin webs to the black. So there's only 1 adult still, thank goodness. Oh, until these all pop. Add an egg to each nest. 1, 2, 2. And the threat rises. Cool, right, the healer. So the healer's gonna just heal the explorer up to 3. Then it's gonna flip, so that's 1, 2. Oh, okay, well, at least I know that all of these are my real crystals. This is a handy one. Okay, so this is called the serum sprayer. It removes all webs from your tile. So if I get here I can clear those webs out. So let's do that. Let's do that. So I can, remember, because I'm the healer, I can carry somebody with me. I'm going to use my jetpack, which is a free action, to take us both over there. Then I'm going to use my serum spray, which is a free action. And then I'm going to clear these 4 webs out of the way. Oh, that feels better. So I did heal, flip, free action, free action. I can do 2 more actions. Let's go move and get rid of the last adult. Now you can give me as many web cards as you want because there's no adults hanging about. Nice. Okay. Last 3 cards till I reshuffle. Move all adults and hatchlings to the blue. I don't have any. Hatch all eggs. Okay. Right, I'm going to put 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of those. Put 1 up there and 1 there. Oh, and 1 there. Lovely. 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 Threat rises, and then shuffle the discard pile and put it underneath the draw pile. Well, that's the entire pile. So I guess I'll just shuffle it. So the healer's now moved the explorer, so we're in a better place. So let's clear this web. And then let's turn this over. So that's 2. And this is a tunnel. Now, if you have 2 tunnels, you can hop between them as an action. So it's a great way to hop around, especially when you start deleting tiles and you have these big gaps. Tunnels are the best way to get through. So I did 1 to remove, 1 to explore. So let's go 3 for remove. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards. There are no adults. Happy days. Move hatchlings to the yellow side. They can't move. You're going to go there. Oh, and you can't move. That's fine. And then move them to the blue side. You can't move. You're going to go there. You can't move. Feel. Not that I'm saying it. I feel like I'm in control. I didn't say that though out loud. Board game gods. I didn't say it out loud. You heard nothing. Nothing. Okay. Right. Navigator. Okay. Navigator is gonna go and just deal with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That feels much better. Okay, I need 3 cards. So the threat rises. I then need to shuffle the discard and put it underneath. Turn all hatchlings into adults. 1, 2, 3. Oh, web attack's gonna start again. And turn all eggs into hatchlings. Well, I don't have any eggs, so that's fine. Okay, healer. We need to get to the configurer and start moving these tiles around. We still need to find a portal though. Okay, let's try and find a portal. 1, 2, there's a portal. Oh, there's a good, that's already in place. Okay, let's go 3, 4 here. Cool, 3 cards, 1, 2, 3. Now we've actually found a portal. The end is possibly in sight. So the adults are going to put a web down. Of course they are. They're like, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't made Dimples lay down 50 webs. Collapse. Okay. Okay, the navigator's about to be proper stranded. So you find the tile that's got the lowest number, which is the destruct switch. It's number 2. And it collapses. Which leaves my navigator very stranded. So I'm going to use the configurator to pull that tile back to somewhere adjacent. And then hatchlings emerge. Add a hatchling to each tunnel. So that's those 2. Do you like how we had basically cleared the board? And now the board's just like, it's just brought up a load of pieces and gone, here, enjoy. I know how much fun you were having. Okay, explorer's turn. My fluoroscope lets me peek under 2 tiles. So let's do that. As long as they don't have any eggs, hatchlings, or webs. So let's check out this one. That's another portal. Oh, I get to peek. I don't get to place. And that one's another configurator. So I don't need to worry about that one. It's basically when I get here, because then I can start pulling all these down. Maybe I should move to the configurator anyway. And just crack on with it. It's going to take a while. Well, I know that's the configurator, so maybe that's where I should go. It will take me 3 actions though, so I'll only be able to do 1 movement. No, let's not try and lose the lead that we've got. So we're gonna go move for 1, because using my fluoroscope was a free action. 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, spawn an egg next to each adult. That's 2. Add an egg to each nest. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. And the threat rises. We're 1 away from drawing 4 cards every turn. That's so many. Okay, right, navigator. So the navigator is completely stranded. I really should have done something about this. Oh, but the navigator can move other people. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna turn this over. I'm then just gonna chill here in oblivion. Move you. I guess that's all I'm gonna do. All right, 3 cards. So move all hatchlings and adults to the black. None of you can move. You're gonna move there. So these ones can't move because their black edge hasn't got an adjacent tile, so I haven't got anywhere to move them to. Adults appear at each portal. I've got a portal there. And then adults and hatchlings move to the red. Okay, it's the healer's turn. So we are on a configurator. I can use an action to control a machine. The configurator allows me to move 1 tile in any direction, as many spaces. That's 1 action, even though I've moved it technically 2 slots. So we've got 4 movements to start getting these in the right place. So let's go. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Does that work? Yeah. 3. And then 4. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go up. Okay. It's gonna be slow, but we're gonna get there. That's why we've got 2 characters doing this job. All right, let's turn over 3 cards. Let's hope these aren't awful. Adult spin webs on the blue. So there's 1 there, and here. Adult spin webs on the yellow. I cannot ignore the web threat. It is a very serious threat. Oh no, an adult spin webs on the black. Oh. Okay, just that one. It's the explorer's turn. So I can configure again. I'm gonna go up. So that's in the right position. So also get rid of this too, because I do also have to not die. God, this is hard. Maybe if I move that for 3, give myself a bit more room, and then 4, I'm gonna put that there, then that clears my space out a bit. Okay, so move all hatchlings and adults to the yellow. That can't move. Oh, I have a hatchling. Threat rises and we shuffle. We're now on 4. So we've gone into the 4 section and moved them to the blue. So that can't go there. Right, so when an adult moves onto a tile that's got explorers, they sting them. But they still sting every explorer. It's not just one. So both my healer and my explorer just lost a health. Okay, it's the navigator's turn. Right, so the healer's got their articulated recycler, which means I can pull something out of the discard pile. I might get that next turn. But you're here. Maybe if I get to the compeller, I can start moving monsters about. Because to get to here is going to take me 1, 2, 3, 4 just to get that. Okay, why don't I go 1, 2, 3 and just turn this over. Oh, a workshop. I get a piece of equipment. Ah, the automation. So this means that I get to just give my equipment to other players, even if I'm not on the same tile as them. It also means I get to pick up an extra equipment card straight away. Ah, haven't had this one before. Portable exchanger. Swap any tile with a tile adjacent to it. That's going to be, oh my goodness, that's going to be so helpful. If I swap these two, like that, also removes the web, then I just have to pull it here. And then, oh guys, hang on. The articulated recycler means I get to take something out of my equipment discard pile, which, if I take the portable exchanger back out and then use it straight away, I can swap these two over and I'll be able to just move this to here. One more go on the configurator and I can have moved everybody. Yes. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Right, but I do now have 3 cards to draw, so we might now lose. 4 cards to draw. Oh, collapse. Remove the lowest numbered tile and everything on it. 7, 4. Have I got a 3? No. So that's going to be the compeller. Then move all the adults and hatchlings to the black. You can't move. Okay. Add a hatchling to each tunnel. 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 Ooh. And move adults and hatchlings to the red. Can't move there. Move like that. I can't win the game if there's anything on the portal, so I'm going to have to definitely kill those. Right, it's the healer's turn. One, 2, 3, 4. Right. The explorer is going to use the configurator on his turn. I can't, the navigator's turn will happen after that. And I will then leave the navigator stranded. You can only win if all your characters are on the portal when you activate it. So I'm actually going to use my healer's turn to go 1, 2, 3, pick up the navigator, and then we're both going to go 4 and sit on the nest, the crystal. So when the explorer moves it, we are going to get transported and we're not going to be left stranded on a disconnected tile. Okay. What I might do then as well is I'm going to use the navigator's explosion tile and I'm going to blow this tile up to give myself a few extra tokens. And also to stop them from being able to hop to here and damage us both. Okay, 4 cards. Okay, team, I believe. I'm starting to believe now. Shouldn't probably have said that. It's fine. I need an adult at every portal. Only have 1 portal. Adult spin webs to the blue. So we need 1 there, none there, none there. Adults spin webs to the red, none there. One there. One there. And hatchlings turn into adults. At least that happened after all the web spinning. Otherwise we would have had webs everywhere again. Right, it's the explorer's turn. He's going to use the configurator. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's used it 3 times. I've only got 1 health left. I know there's another configurator there because I looked. Maybe I will leave that one. I'll just go 1, 2, move for 3, attack 1 for 4. Because my explorer and my healer and my navigator are all on 2 health. If both of those adults had moved to the blue and come onto our tile, all of them would have been dead because both adults would have attacked both adventurers. So I have to delay, hopefully, my victory and deal with a little pest problem. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Add 1 egg to each nest. That is quite a lot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Turn all eggs into hatchlings. Oh no. My throat's making the same noise as my belly. Threat rises. I certainly feel threatened, game. Well done. Right, navigator. Okay. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything's in the right position now. I've just got to clear, flip those crystals and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need your 4. Oh dear, it's the web time. Okay, 3. I need 3 webs for this tile because I've got 3 adults. None here, 1 there. Okay, no blacks there, no blacks there, 1 there. If I run out of webs, I lose. Move them to the yellow. Oh, that's fun. That gets you off my portal. Oh, and you as well, actually. Oh, that's handy. You're going to go there, and you're going to go there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, Jamie, thank you so much for the follow. And then spawn. Add 1 egg. Add 1 egg next to each adult. Well, I guess I'm going to put 3 on that tile. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Healer. I can take somebody with me. Okay. I'm gonna go 1. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, no, hang on. I'm about to get really excited. I have to have turned over the other ones. I can't win just yet. So 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I really need to heal. I don't want to waste time though, because I'm going to run out of tokens. 3, 4. Okay, I got to shuffle. The next, basically by the time I get to the navigator, 2 turns. If I haven't won it in 2 turns, I probably won't. Probably won't win it. Right, 1, 2, 3. No, 4. 4. 4 is so many. Okay, the threat rises, and then I need to shuffle the discard pile, which is now just this card. So just bear with me. Done. And put it at the bottom. Let's move these hatchlings and adults to the red. 1. Oh, okay. So you're going to go and you're going to sting. So sting both the navigator and the explorer. You're gonna go there, you're gonna go there. You can't move. Oh, you also come as well. Then hatchlings emerge. Add a hatchling to every tunnel. One there, one there. Okay. And collapse. Oh god, thank goodness. I was about to say that my portal is number 7 and I couldn't see a number lower than 7. Oh, thankfully, number 6 is here. Okay, good. Right. It's the explorer's turn. So they're going to go 1, 2. No, I need to stay here. I need to kill these. So I did 1, 2, 3, and I think I've just got to stay put. 4. The navigator's going to go 1, 2. Oh no. Okay, we'll see. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the adults spin webs on the yellow side, which they can't, which is good. They can. Saves me using all my webs. To the blue side, they can't. They can't. Nice. Oh, to the black. Oh my goodness. They're like, we will spin a web eventually. So these now can spin a web because on their black edge there is an adjacent tile, and they gain another one, and then move all hatchlings and adults to the yellow and sting if needed. They can't move. They go there. They go there. They're not stopped by webs in the same way that people are. Okay, so what I had in plan was I was gonna move, flip, move back, and then use the portal. And because the navigator could move the healer, I would be able to move them onto the portal. But because the explorer had to use their turn killing those bugs just in case, I'm not going to be able to finish just yet. I possibly can finish on the next turn. So 1, 2, 3. So I just have to survive one more. Fingers crossed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Adult spin webs to the red. Nope. Can do 1 there. Move adults and hatchlings to the blue. You can't move. You're going to go there. You can't move. You can go there. It doesn't matter if there are hatchlings on the crystals. You just can't have them on the portal. Grow all hatchlings into adults. Oh, jeepers. Jeepers, Fred. Like that. Add 1 egg to each nest. Okay. 1. Oh, drat. 2. 3. Okay, right. It is the healer's turn. The healer's going to move for 1. Clear for 2. Then I think if I flip, I think I win. Let me just triple check. I'm going to activate the machine and we are going to escape. Yes! We did it. We did it.